Hi Aquarius, welcome and thank you for tuning into my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. Today is Thursday, June 11th, 2020, and you are watching a general love reading for the sign of Aquarius for this upcoming week in June. Because it's general, it can pertain to anything, relationships or otherwise. Be flexible with the energy. You may feel like I'm reading for you. You might feel like you're cross-watching for somebody that you're dealing with. As always, take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't. My intention is to reach those that need the message and will benefit from it. So hopefully that's you today, Aquarius, and hopefully by the end of this you feel like you gained something that's beneficial to you and helpful, as that is my intention. And if you are brand new to my channel, first of all, welcome and thank you for tuning in. There is more specific information regarding my readings and the videos in the description box below if you want to have a look there. And returning viewers, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate your support. Carmilla is here. She's in the background, hanging out on her cage. She's got her apple slice. She's very happy, sitting there doing her thing right now. And Sylvester the cat is here too. He will probably make his presence known as he has been jumping up on my chair for the past half hour. So let's get started, Aquarius. I'm going to give this deck one more shuffle, and then we're going to see what's going on for Aquarius. Here we go. So we're going to start off with the Ace of Swords, paired with the High Priestess in reverse, Ace of Cups, Five of Pentacles, Four of Wands, Four of Pentacles, the Page of Wands in reverse, and then we have the Moon in reverse. So whenever I see the Moon in reverse and the High Priestess come out, I think about secrets being exposed, things being uncovered and revealed. The veil is lifted. Something that maybe was hidden before is now known, especially with the Ace of Swords coming out with this High Priestess. Some kind of truth has come out. Maybe something you suspected, but it's been confirmed. Either through action or the spoken word, someone's confirmed some truth for you, Aquarius. Could have to do with a connection. Maybe a connection that's been lost to you, or somebody that you aren't in contact with. Maybe a connection, somebody that you haven't heard from in a while. Could be that whatever's been exposed or revealed, or maybe some information that's come your way, Aquarius, could be perceived as bad news, or not what you were hoping to hear, or disappointing. Maybe that's why the information hasn't gotten out, or you haven't pursued finding out what's going on within this connection because you anticipated that it might be bad news and maybe you were just avoiding it. But the truth always comes out, doesn't it? I mean, sometimes it can take a long time, but it generally... the truth has a way of finding its way out into the open. So even if it's, 2 days or 20 years, maybe you're like, oh yeah, okay, shit, I remember that. And I didn't know what happened to that person. And then all of a sudden you find some news out, oh, okay, so that's what happened to so-and-so. That kind of thing. You hear through a friend who knew the person, and they confirmed for you maybe something you suspected. and it's not really positive news. Let's see what else we get, Aquarius. There's the High Priestess again, clarifying the Ace of Swords. And then the Ten of Swords in reverse. This could be information that has come out that's bad news that maybe you thought would change, but then it's come out again that things are still the same or things haven't changed. And maybe that's why this is being perceived as not so positive news, is that maybe a period of time has passed and you thought to yourself, I'm just giving this as an example. I'm not saying this is the story. I'm just using this as an example right now because of this. Because I feel like there's some kind of connection that has been lost or something that maybe someone you haven't been in touch with for a while, something of that nature. And you don't know what happened to the person. So you've suspected, okay, well maybe, you know, this, and that. When they left the scene or when last I heard they were doing this, maybe things have changed. And I feel like this information that has come out is confirming that maybe things haven't changed, that things are the same for this person, that kind of thing. Queen of Wands. Emperor. Strength. Eight of Swords. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And then the Fool in reverse. So we have I think these are two separate people, Aquarius, Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So this Queen of Wands is somebody who is very creative, ambitious, somebody who's not afraid of a challenge. This is the person I feel like, now again, you could be either one of these people. So I feel like this person has been estranged or has disconnected. And I feel like this person has done it to maintain a certain level of control. The Queen of Wands is somebody, again, who she's not afraid of a challenge. She knows what she wants and she's going to go after what she wants and she's going to get it. But I feel like this person has distanced themselves or kind of removed themselves from a situation. And I feel like it wasn't something that, like the Five of Pentacles could indicate like this person's been ostracized or kicked out or left to fend for themselves, that kind of thing. But I feel like this person has removed themselves on purpose to maintain a certain level of control. But I think this is something that's happened in the past. See, the Ten of Swords in reverse to me indicates repeated patterns, things that something ended and then started up again, but it's the same old, same old. It's like you expect things to change, but things are not changed. Things haven't changed. So it's possible this is a repeated pattern of this person, that this is something this person does. We get here. I'm a little confused right now, Aquarius. We have a Queen of Pentacles on the table. in reverse. Queen of Pentacles in reverse can be somebody who, in the upright, she's a very nurturing, mothering type, somebody who puts others first, very compassionate, loyal, and loving. In the reverse, this could be somebody who's overly nurturing, smothering, somebody who puts too much energy into a relationship, wants to take care of everybody's problems and gives unsolicited advice, somebody who's sticking her nose into other people's business. But this could also be somebody who is detached or removed, somebody who's a little bit more concerned about themselves than others. Maybe needs to step away from a situation because there is that over-nurturing quality to a relationship. I feel like this person has received some news or has delivered some bad news. Is responsible possibly for exposing something. If she's feeling cautious about something and it's because of something that's been exposed, she's feeling wary or uncertain about some information that's come about. So there's a connection between these two, this Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. I feel like it was a strong connection, if not a currently, it feels like it could currently be a strong connection. With this Four of Wands. Or there's this it's this perception of a strong connection. It could be that that's not the truth. There's this feeling that this energy of hanging on to a certain idea about how things are, maybe even trapped by this idea that this is what this is about. Does that make sense? Like there is this false narrative surrounding this relationship. That it's a Four of Wands strength type relationship, something that can't be broken. There's this idea that there's that idea is can't be let go, or it's etched in stone. I get that from this card. That this strong connection can't be broken. But there is a disconnect between these two. But there is this perception that nothing can change the strength of this connection because it's super solid. It'll never be broken. So let's give this third deck one more good shuffle, Aquarius. We'll see what else comes out. Interesting reading so far. Eight of Wands in reverse. Seven of Wands. So something, there's a lack of communication, or there could be some obstacles in the way, something that's getting in the way of these two people, something that's keeping them apart. It could be that secrets have been exposed and that's what's keeping these two apart. There's some kind of truth that has come out. And this Queen of Wands is keeping her distance, and this Queen of Pentacles is hesitant, nervous, wary, uncertain. High Priestess for the third time in reverse. So some kind of information or secrets have come out regarding this relationship for sure. With this Queen of Wands, it's clarifying this Ace of Cups. Magician. Knight of Swords. Death in reverse. Six of Wands in reverse. And then Justice in reverse. So again, there's some kind of, something has come out in the open with regard to this connection for this Queen of Wands. She's staying away, or she's staying, has removed herself from a situation for the sole purpose of maintaining a certain level of control. I know I'm not doing a lot of explanation of these cards, Aquarius. I'm trying to figure it out. This Queen of Pentacles is being perceived as having failed. It feels like there are, with the Six of Wands coming out here, it feels like there are people who have recognized that this Queen of Pentacles has failed. Maybe has failed to make a connection, or has failed to respond or act. There's something about her failing. But there's something unjust about what's come out. There's something that's not right about whatever's been uncovered, or secrets that have come out. This Queen of Pentacles is scared, worried, nervous, unwilling to make a move, maybe unwilling to initiate. Maybe unwilling to come out with some information or reveal what she knows. Maybe that's it. Maybe this Queen of Wands has come out with some information. And this Queen of Pentacles is not. I'm really confused right now, Aquarius. Let's get some more cards out here. Okay, before I try to analyze them, I'm looking at these and more ideas come in my head, and then I get more confused. So let's see what else we get. So we have a King of Swords in reverse now. Five of Wands in reverse. There is a lack of communication. People aren't seeing eye to eye, or people aren't being forthright. I don't feel like this it feels like this Queen of Wands has come out with some information, and this Queen of Pentacles has come out with something totally different. Whatever is going on here, the stories do not match. And this Queen of Wands is like, just give me my space. Just leave me out of it. This Queen of Pentacles is Let's get some more cards out. Ace of Wands in reverse. Queen of Cups in reverse. Emperor again. Two of Wands. The Moon in reverse again for this Queen of Pentacles. She's got it twice over here. And then the Ace of Pentacles. So we have the Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. So something's come out in the open for this Queen of Pentacles. Maybe about this Queen of Pentacles, or she exposed some information. It's bad news. It's not good news. It's not being perceived as good news by others. I don't think it's being perceived as good news for her, but she's exposed something. She may have received an offer, or an offer might be coming her way that she is hesitant about, or is not willing to accept, or doesn't, maybe it's not matching with what she knows to be true. She's wary of this opportunity that's coming her way. There's some kind of offer or opportunity that she has available to her. This could be a job opportunity, work, some kind of creative endeavor. Maybe someone's saying, hey, you know, I want to offer you this position in this company. And she's like, no, I don't think so. That's not going to be right for me. There's something wrong with this offer. There's something not right about it. There's people disappointed in her, or people disappointed with the news or the information that's been revealed, that's connected to her. And we have the Ace of Wands out here too, with this Queen of Wands. This Queen of Wands let something get away from her. It could be this connection. It feels like she's lost a certain level of respect, maybe compassion or love, but there's something about this that has me believing that these two queens are not seeing eye to eye with regard to something. And this Queen of Wands right now has a certain level of control. The control comes from her exposing some information with regard to this connection, and then she's just kind of disappeared into the background. She's just kind of stepping back and purposely kind of removing herself from the situation to maintain a certain level of control. Whatever's been revealed, whatever truth's been exposed, it's not the whole truth. I feel like it's partial truth, or not the whole truth, or there's a reason, there's something being left out, and it's causing some upheaval within a group of people. There could be arguments. There could be people discussing this, trying to figure out, what does this all mean? Now we have this information, but what does it mean? What does it really mean? Haven't we been here before? Haven't we heard this before? What does this mean? We've done this. This is not news. It feels like something's been exposed, but it's not necessarily news. It's like the same old, same old. It's like we've heard this before. How does this help the situation? This is not news. But then there's this. These cards are really causing me a lot of problems, Aquarius, because there's a sense that there's something's being held on to, it's almost like you don't have a choice. You've got to hang on to this. I don't have a choice but to hang on to this. I'm trapped by this idea of having to hold on to this. Again, it could be this perception of this connection between these two queens is being perceived as something that cannot be broken. No matter what you do, this cannot be broken. It is solid. It is firm. It is a connection that is never going to be broken. And yet there's something about this idea that is not making sense based on the information that's come out, exposed by this Queen of Wands. And it's not matching what's going on with this Queen of Pentacles. Who has supposedly turned away an Ace of Pentacles because she's scared of this. Or she's hesitant about it. It could be that she senses there's more to the story than what's being revealed. It's just not. There's more to it. I think she knows. This Queen of Pentacles is like, I'm staying out of this until I know the whole truth. Because, yeah, maybe something's been exposed, maybe something's been uncovered, but it's not the whole truth. And this Queen of Wands feels to me like she holds the key. It feels to me like she holds the key to the situation. She's keeping her distance, though. She's trying to keep emotions out of it, too. I think she's trying to maintain a certain level of neutrality, maybe, or she's trying to put on a brave face to maintain a certain level of control. And that could be why she's staying out of the situation or keeping herself removed from the situation, because if she's face-to-face, for example, with somebody, or having a conversation with somebody face-to-face, she might not be able to hide that, her emotions. She might not be able to keep to herself how she's really feeling about this situation. So again, with this Five of Pentacles, I feel like she's purposely kind of maintaining distance. Let's get this last round out here, Aquarius, see if we can't come up with anything else. This is very interesting, but there's a lot of mystery involved with this reading. It's very unclear, and while I'm trying to kind of figure out the details, it could be that the details are not available to me because this is a general reading, so this could apply to people in many different ways. But I don't have a clear picture of what's going on between these two, this Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. So we have the Knight of Cups, Six of Pentacles, their stories aren't matching up. These two have separate stories, and it has to do with the relationship itself. Let's get the rest of these cards out. Eight of Cups, Sylvester. Okay, go ahead. You can sit in my lap. I'm on my last round here. Sun. This Queen of Wands walked away from something. She let something go. I think it's this connection. Seven of Swords, there it is. Clarifying this Four of Wands. This relationship, the connection between these two is a lie. The perception of the connection between these two is a lie. It's not, well, let's get the rest of these out. The Page of Wands again. Nine of Wands. And then the Six of Swords in reverse. Okay, so there is a disconnect between these two. The relationship itself is not interpreted the same by these two. Or I'm not necessarily feeling like the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands sees things differently, but it's being represented differently by these two parties. They don't see the relationship, well, they're not representing the relationship the same way. There is something that's being left out of the truth. There may be a certain level of truth, but then there's a piece that's being left out, and it has to do with the stability, the strength of this relationship. It's a lie. These two do not have a connection the way it's been perceived, or the way it's been talked about by the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, or one or the other. Possibly both at one time. The fact that this relationship is unbreakable, unwavering, I just get the feeling that this Queen of Wands has decided to drop this and let it go and walk away from the situation, but might be reluctant to expose the truth behind this connection because she's misrepresented it, or because she wants to maintain a certain level of control with regard to this connection. There is something about her removing herself or being reluctant to show her true feelings because she wants to maintain a certain level of control. So right now, she's keeping her distance. Right now, she's staying disconnected. Right now, she's chosen to walk away from this situation or this connection or this connection. But I feel like there was some kind of offer made, or maybe an offer that was supposed to have been made. Sylvester, I gotta put you down. I love him. He's so cute. He's so cute. But he's gotta go. Because he's sitting here doing his thing in my leg and poking my leg, and it doesn't feel good. So again, there is some kind of, there's a group of people or other people who are either connected to these two or affected by the relationship. But right now, there's a certain level of confusion because I feel like this connection is being represented in two totally different ways. And the people who are receiving the information or receiving the lack of communication or information are saying to themselves, you know, we've been here before. We can sit here and argue over this over and over, but what's really happening is we're getting two different stories about the situation. That's what's going on. We're getting two totally different stories about the situation. And I think that what's the main problem is that this connection has been perceived as or represented as something that's unbreakable. And that's a lie. That is a bold-faced lie. And the other perception is that there's no other choice that can be made because this relationship's unbreakable. We got to hang on to this. There's no other choice that can be made except that we have to make the assumption that this relationship is stable, unwavering, unbreakable, and that's a lie. If it's not a actual lie coming out of one or the other of these two queens or both, then it's the perception of this connection, how this connection's been represented, that ultimately is not necessarily a lie, but just deceitful. It's not real. It's not what it appears to be. I think this Queen of Pentacles is battling with the idea that not everything is known. That sure, maybe something's been exposed, maybe there's some secrets or information that's been exposed, but not everything has. And so she's wary to accept this offer because she's like, well, then I'm stuck with the fact that I just have to accept what's not known, or this is how, it could be that because this Queen of Wands has kind of removed the element of this emotional response or emotional reaction, she's not allowing her emotions to get into the way of what she communicates and how she behaves, and that because she's removed her emotions out of the situation, when she communicates, she seems to have this certain level of control or clarity regarding the situation. Do you know what I mean? Like when she presents the information, maybe she is talking to others about her connection with this Queen of Pentacles, and she's like, well, I tried this, this, and this, and it just didn't work out, and so I had to let it go. So, this is how things transpired. Ouch, come on, Carmilla. She's such a little shit sometimes. She's been so good. She gets on my head, then she decides she's going to bite me. Honestly. Carmilla, you're not going to be able to sit on my head. Come here. You can sit on my shoulder as long as you don't bite me. So, Aquarius, we're going to get a Dreams of Gaia tarot card and then wrap this up. Honestly, I've sit here and mulled over these cards, trying to pull out more details as best I can, and I think I've got the story as clear as I can get it. And so, if it feels fuzzy, I apologize. It's, it's just what I was able to read in the card. Please don't bite my ear. Don't even hint that you're going to bite my ear. If you want to sit there, that's fine. But if you're going to, she scratches her beak up against my ear. She doesn't bite, but she gets it close. Like she's doing right now. Yeah, they can see you, and I'm telling them what you're doing too. So it's not a secret. It's not like you're covertly biting my ear and nobody knows what you're doing. Everybody knows that you're being a little shit right now. So stop it. She doesn't care. She thinks she's funny. She thinks that she's the life of the party and getting a good laugh because she's not minding me. And little does she know, it's going to land her in her cage. And she's not going to get to stay out for Pisces reading. because she's being a turd. Stop it, Carmilla. Don't. Okay, one card for Aquarius. Let's see if we can't get some advice, maybe some next steps forward, maybe some words of encouragement, something positive to end this reading. Is this the one I'm taking? There's two there. I don't want two, I just want one. One card for Aquarius. Ouch. Oh, shit. God bless America. Come here. Sit on your cage. Eat your apple. I gave her an apple slice. Okay, she'll be happy if she's got some apples. She's got a treat. She doesn't need to bother me, but no. She eats her apple and then she decides she's going to bother me. Not going to happen. Let's get this deck over. Good shuffle. Cards are not coming out very easily. They're sticking together today. There's Sylvester the cat. Sylvester, they sprayed poison out there. I don't want to open the window. You know, my landlord, I guess they do, I've been here about a year. They do these quarterly bug spraying things, I guess, quarterly or yearly. They didn't do it last year. And I'm just, you know, a few ants, a spider here and there. You know, doesn't everybody have the occasional spider in their house? I feel those sugar ants running around once in a while. We don't have a pest problem. He's got fleas, but, you know, I just comb them out of him. I'd rather just do that than have poison sprayed around my house. That's just how I feel about it, especially with animals. He doesn't go outside, but still. Anyway, you don't care about that crap, Aquarius. I'm sorry. I'm just filling in the dead air while I try to shuffle and get a card out here for you. So you get to find out about the pest control guy who walked around and sprayed poison on the house that I live in, which I'm not happy about. One card, this is the one that wanted to come out. It stuck and then fell. Ace of Swords in reverse, or it's the Ace of Air, I should say, in this deck. Ace of Air in reverse, so this is a potential blockage. You know what, I say this frequently, and it's happened again, and I'm going to keep bringing it up because it happens all the time, and I absolutely love it when it does. The Ace of Swords was the first card that came out, and it's the last card that came out, Ace of Air. This happens frequently when I do readings, and more frequently than it would be just by chance, by the way. So I find this fascinating, and I'm going to mention it every time it happens because I love it. So Ace of Air, potential blockage, very short paragraph. I know we're running long, Aquarius, so I'm going to read this. I'll display the card for you, and then we're going to be done. The Ace of Air reversed wants to know if you are holding on to outdated beliefs, opinions, or fears that are exerting an influence on your decision-making ability. Past hurts, past failures and mistakes, loss, the thoughts and opinions of others, and fear of upsetting others if we disagree or choose a way that is different to their own. All of these things can hamper our ability to implement new ideas or a new way of being. Over time, they become impediments that can limit and restrict. The Ace of Air reversed asks that you look within to discover what it is that prevents you from acting. Are your own beliefs sabotaging your future goals? So there you go. There is a certain outdated belief about this connection between these two queens that is hampering the restriction, hampering and restricting the ability to move forward with regard to this relationship or this connection. Could have something to do with this Ace of Pentacles. But there is an outdated belief here that's being clung to, that's keeping things from moving forward. Like there's no choice but to believe this certain thing about this connection between these two queens, which simply is not the truth. It's a big fat lie. And the truth, it feels like the truth's been exposed, but whatever's been exposed, we've been here before. We know this already. This is not news. So has anything really been exposed? Well, this Queen of Pentacles says no. the truth is there hasn't been a whole lot exposed at all. Maybe you feel like it has, but it really hasn't. There's more to this story. So I'm going to leave this here, Aquarius. I hope this reading was helpful. It certainly was interesting. So I do thank you for joining me. Sylvester says thank you for joining us today. And he's happy to see you again, as is Carmilla. And again, I hope you got something out of the reading. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Aquarius.